Well, welcome back to this week's game hunt on Whizbit's Random Gaming. And seeing as I was in the area for my Crazy Thumbs video tour, it'd be rude not to check out the local CEX, which is literally minutes away. So this is CEX 2 in Broadway. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, click that like, hit that bell notification, and then you'll know as and when all my videos go live. Right, straight inside, and what you'll see here is some good stuff. Although I must say, pretty standard. Got your Joy-Cons, your Nintendo DS's, your basic switches. So nothing really to write home here about. The Dead Souls section, as I call it. Modern gaming. It just doesn't look nice, does it? It doesn't have that character that your retro gaming consoles did. You know, everything kind of looked different. Everything now just looks far too modern, and it's made for your living room. Whereas, who on earth thought that a GameCube was made for your living room? It wasn't, was it? It had character. Same with a Mega Drive, you know? Things like that. Pretty solid selection here of Mega Drive games and a couple of Sega CD bits as well. Not anything I collect for here, but nevertheless always do like to see what each branch has got in stock. So we've got nothing too crazy here on the old PS5. Nothing I picked up today here, nothing that stood out. I'm quite looking for the games that you don't see that often when you're out and about on the PS5. Although I would say that Deathloop there at £8, probably nice to pick up if you're looking for a physical copy. Also the same with Evil West, gone down to £12 now. That's a really good value if you ask me. It's also available on Game Pass as well. So I am starting to pick up a little bit more with the PS4 here and there. I had a huge collection at one point. I traded a lot of it in when I just wasn't playing a lot of the games, and I don't really have any seller's regret, but there's a few bits here and there that I wouldn't mind adding to the collection as we go along. Now this game definitely caught my eye. Those That Remain. It's £8, but I didn't buy it today. But if anyone has got this game, played this game, let me know your thoughts in the comments, as it is one that I really was considering, and I'd like to go back to it if the positive feedback is given. And everywhere I go, I do seem to find some very strange Nintendo Wii games. Why is this even a thing? Yeah, let's put that back where it belongs. I will say though, this one caught my eye. Never seen it. I do like my old arcade racers in this sort of format, and for £1, I'm going to consider it. Now, no matter what CEX you go, there's always a massive massive selection of PlayStation 4 stuff. I can understand why. The PS4 is still a highly used console, and also with the backwards compatibility for the PS5, these games are still being purchased, and in most cases some of them are still holding real big value. Right, one of my favourite Nintendo consoles of all time is the Nintendo Switch, so I've always got to have a good browse when I'm in the CEX to see what they've got on offer. So let's check out this one and see if they've got any Nintendo Switch obscurities. You got Super Monkey Ball there, and I'll tell you, I highly recommend that game, no matter what system you buy it on. Great fun, very frustrating, but in a way that you're going to enjoy. And there's Bluey. That game haunts me and follows me around on every game hunt. You've got It Takes Two there. That's holding its value quite nicely, and I must admit I've played it on the PlayStation 5 with one of my sons and we thoroughly enjoyed that game. It's a really good two-player game and one that you can play together with your family. It definitely brings that couch co-op experience to the foray. Now I'm really enjoying browsing around the most modern Xbox series of games recently. You'll find that you can get the same titles on this particular Xbox rather cheaper than what you would get on the PS5. So for that reason, I'm starting to pick up a few more games within this console's library. I will say though, the Xbox current game cases, they've got to be the cheapest and flimsiest made that I've seen in any generation so far. The 360 towards the end of their lifespan, they took a hit if you ask me. The quality of the 360 covers were really bad, but as much as I like the look and the aesthetics of an Xbox game cover, the quality is really, really poor if you ask me. Very thin, and I understand physical games are costing more these days, but still. These things crack easier than an egg. Now that right there is a very sun-faded game for a very high price. The Spider-Man games, they really, really do command, or sorry, shall we say they hold their value. Certain ones are cheap as chips, and there's other ones, pretty much from the Andrew Garfield, is that his name? Era of Spider-Man sort of movies. They seem to hold incredibly high value. Now, one of the things that I really love about browsing the Xbox 360 section, and to a lesser extent the PlayStation 3, is that I'm still learning and finding games that I never knew was on them systems. Onto the PlayStation 2, whilst they don't have the biggest section here, it wasn't bad at all. Couple of games that you don't see too often out and about, and yeah, long live the PlayStation 2. I love browsing the PlayStation 2 sections. Definitely one of my favourite periods of gaming, and there was just so many good games released on the PS2. There is a reason why that console sold so well. Now you got Zombie Zone here, not a game I'm massively familiar with. I've seen it once or twice, and £18 is quite a high price for a PS2 game. Sure, there's prices that are higher, but your average PS2 game doesn't really run at that sort of money. Anyone know anything about that game? Please let me know in the comments, as it was one I was considering on the day. Decent selection of PlayStation portable games here today, aka the PSP, and a rather decent selection of UMD discs. Goodfellas standing out there as the top of the bunch. Now, this needs to stop. Only collectors are going to buy this game. The ones that really want to have a full set of Wii U games. And no one is going to pay that price for a Zumba game that's got a big dirty cover reprinted in the top left hand corner. Now, I was considering picking up Brutal Legend, however, I tend to use my 360 more than my PS3, and it's £1.50 on the 360, so I'm going to wait until I see a copy in good condition. Last time I saw it was when I was in Ilford, and in all honesty, the case had seen better days, so I left it on the day. I'm in no rush to get it, but it's definitely one I'm looking to pick up in the future. For me, I always like to see a solid collection of OG Xbox stuff in any shop I go to. It's kind of like the system that the retro time capsules have forgotten about. The PlayStation 2 still gets its love. I don't feel the OG Xbox gets the love it deserves. And we've got an Atari Jaguar game there out in the wild. Feeling kind of lonely. Now look at the state of this. Was there any other controller in living memory that was replicated and copied as much as the PS2, and at times with such disastrous results? So you're starting to see the PlayStation portals in and around all of your game shops now, your CEXs and stuff like that. Some people obviously selling them on not what they expected. It's never been on the priority list for me. I don't really want one unless someone offers me one at a price that I can't say no to. Nice selection of PlayStation 1 games here with a few GameCube bits slipped in as well. No heavy hitters there, but still nice to see, and a couple of sneaky Dreamcast games in there as well. So here's today's pickups, nothing major, couple of things that I've not seen before, and I bought Devil May Cry 4. I used to have it, I've finished it on a number of occasions, but I want it back in the collection and I wouldn't mind playing through that game again. I really enjoyed it. So guys, thank you for watching today's video. That was CEX in Tooting Broadway. Not a bad shop all in all. One that I'd probably go back to most definitely. And I thought that the customer service was good in there. Good selection of games all round. And all in all, a pretty good CEX. If you enjoy the content, please consider hitting that like button, the share, give me a sub, and I'll see you guys on the next one.